Sports Stars Magazine here with Mater Dei setting standout Jake Newman. First and foremost, so glad that he's back in the lineup for the Classical Academy and the Francis Parker match to be able to lead this group just like he did in the Southern Section Division II Finals to a Division II regional title. Before we talk about your journey and the opportunity that's in front of this group against Buchanan, since I didn't have the blessing of being able to ask you following the St. Augustine match, how proud were you? How excited were you for Michael Galvin?
I was super stoked for the kid. I was watching the game on huddle in my bed, and I was sick, and my tailbone was hurting, and I watched the whole game. I was stoked for the guy. Super excited for the team.
Most definitely, but it speaks to overall just how well-rounded, how versatile, how deep, like the next man up, mentality of this group. I mean, it's been the case during all the tournaments that you played in through Trinity League, obviously in the Southern Section playoffs and the regional playoffs, and now in the upcoming state final against Buchanan. How much have you guys just rallied around the fact that no matter who's available on that day, what lineup you put out there, what rotation you put out there, like you guys are a really tough team to defend?
I think we come together at practice. We practice super tough. We're all friends. We all have a good time together. We all have a connection together as a team. So really, practice makes perfect. So our chemistry really creates our team. And I'd say, thankfully, if someone gets injured, we have a guy that can step up and get the job done.
But you're the conductor. You're the maestro. You're the one that has the wealth of options. The fact that we've seen so many guys step up, in big moments, right? Like if we go back to the section final against Peninsula, obviously Ben was on fire. Then even though it wasn't you distributing the ball, but Jeremiah obviously was incredible against St. Augustine. And then obviously then it kind of goes back to Ben and Dylan and Jack against Classical Academy. But then we see you exactly. And Jeremiah connecting again, in that 4-set victory against Francis Parker in the regional final. Like, just how much kind of reassurance and calm does that give you that it's like, whether it's Jack, whether it's Dylan, whether it's Cameron, whether it's Ben, whether it's Jeremiah, Beck in the back, we're doing the fact of the matter is that there's no holes and there's always an option.
No, I have a lot of confidence in everybody. I mean, everybody, no matter what, if someone has a bad game, someone else shows up. We always have each other's backs, and I'd say every game there's usually a new star, especially killing the ball. A lot of times it's Ben, Jeremiah, Dylan, but I mean, we have guys every night. If someone's down, someone else will fill the job, and they get it done, and we win games.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Jake, if we're looking back at the end of the regular season when the Southern Section playoffs are unfolding, I obviously from that point on it's it's win or go home. Was this group even thinking about playing on May 30th or 31st in the inaugural state final at that point?
We already knew.
Yeah?
We already knew. We already knew. Yeah.
So to that point, that's the long-term vision, right? But how proud have you been, how encouraged have you been about the fact that this group, still focuses on getting better every day, and on that short-term goal of, winning each match on the Southern Section playoffs, beating St. Augustine, beating Classical Academy, beating Francis Parker, to eventually get to that long-term goal?
Yeah, we
because that takes a lot of maturity.
It does, yes. Because after the CIF championship game, after we won, I mean, we could have just been like, oh, we won, let's quit.
Heck, some teams don't, whether there's a state title in play or not, some teams don't even opt to compete in the regionals.
Exactly. So we stayed resilient. We wanted it all. We didn't just want the first championship. We want all three. So the plaque, trophy, and the other plaque. So stayed very resilient as a team. So
when we look across the landscape of Meruelo Athletic Center here, and we see that there is a 2009 regional banner, the very first year, now the very first year of a state championship. Like, you guys could be the only school from Southern California, and likely could be the only school, period, because Archbishop Mitty is the only team that won a regional title in the first year in NorCal in 2013, but they're playing Miracosta, and right now it doesn't seem like the U.S. national team can beat Miracosta. So the fact is that, and not only the fact that because of the seniors graduation that you guys are not playing on Saturday, May 31st, but Friday, May 30th. So you could literally be the first team ever.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool
Right?
achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. I didn't think of it like that. Oh, that's cool.
I mean, obviously there's so much in front of you and so much to play for, but just could that just provide like just that little extra motivation,
especially
inspiration
for the seniors, they can get home.
Especially at a school like Mater Dei, right, where there aren't too many athletic firsts left to accomplish, and you guys could say
we're
still we can still check off a box.
For sure, yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, again, most important, glad to have you healthy, happy, thriving, and leading one of the best offenses not only in California but the entire United States. Best of luck against Buchanan.
Thank you so much.